We are born feeling as fresh as a flower, like a piece of a god, but we don't know it. Or if we do know it, it's soon discouraged. We die, diminished, impoverished, and that we know only too well. How can we forget the forgetting of this undeformed original nature? And how come this indestructible nature gets hidden from the ogres and giants and ourselves, at home and in the world? How come we even forget where we hid it, so well that it is only remembered with fireworks? When we were very young, we were totally dependent on the receiving end of a heavy conditioning on the part of our caretakers. I remember a dark blue clock face on the back of the tins of National dried milk in Britain. One half of the clock face was white when baby must feed, and the other half black when baby must sleep, usually in a locked room. The work of Sir Frederick Truby King, MD, KB, CMG, and the mobilization of mothers for the war effort made this discipline imperative throughout the 1950s. Baby had to adapt and comply in order to survive. Our true nature is hidden so well we forgot all about our unacceptable parts. This process continues today with the society that moulds us. During this process of adaptation, we have become alienated to our jewel-like perfection within us. Thoughts and thinking mechanisms, feelings and emotions, willing and choosing, faculties and potentials are all distorted through a lens provided by the society. A nervous breakdown is one way in which this heavy conditioning received at home and school becomes porous, so our conditioned snail-like shell starts to creak and crumble. The chances that a nervous breakdown or a demyelinating disease like polio or MS will open a Pandora's box in a meaningful context, that a heavily conditioned personality will recognize these intrusions as itself, are rare. My father, for example, thinks the patterns that he sees are headache-less migraines. He lacks a context in which to put them. We are encouraged by the authorities to get a pill for such schizophrenia. So once again, watch out. Idries Shah, what's called this sort of intrusion, a special perception. When it becomes integrated into the personality as a method of communicating with the finer aspects of the soul, Almaas calls it essential nous. It's up to you to choose what to call it and how to work with it. Have a go. Maybe it's not just optic neuritis, but there's actually something in your soul which is being uncovered and developed, and you can communicate with it, dialogue with it. Not necessarily on the verbal level, but it works.